Hello guys, Shorty here. This is gonna be very fast video about the movement in Unity in 2D using alt input system.
So if you want to use new input system, you have to find the different video, but the old video input system, no problem. So we're gonna add, especially if you are like new to Unity, you don't have to using new input system. The old one will be fine, as long as you're gonna understand how it works and blah 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 and other stuff. I'm gonna make new circle, which I'm gonna call the player. Okay, I'm gonna that's the sprite renderer, and I'm gonna use the color green for it as a player, and then add the another component which is gonna be rigid body 2D. Okay, so we're gonna use a physics to move this sphere, the circle, to move that player. Also, I'm gonna add circle collider to so it could detect the collisions. Okay, for just the movement you don't need a circle collider, but if you want to colliding with the walls or with something else, you're gonna need the collider, of course. So we got like simple setup done, and now we need a script. Okay, so I'm gonna right click, create new mono behavior script, which I'm gonna call player movement. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna open it in Rider. That's what I'm using. You could use Visual Studio or on anything else, other IDEs. Okay, so what we're gonna need is a private variable, which is gonna be rigid body 2D. I'm gonna call it rigid body 2D, like RB2D. Okay, and what else we gonna need is private as well. It's gonna be vector2 called movement. Okay, so here we're gonna store our input in this variable, and then start method we could delete. We're gonna make awake method. Okay, why? Because we're gonna get the rigid body component, so that variable is not gonna be empty, because if you don't put this here, this is empty now, same as this one. Okay, so here we assigning this rigid body because the player, we're gonna attach the script player movement. Oh, 1 second. Okay, here, yeah, player movement. We're gonna collapse this and this. Player movement script is gonna get this rigid body here. Okay, so it's gonna drag and drop this to the player movement like. Okay, so we've got it, and now in the update we're gonna get an input from the player. Okay, so it's a movement. This is our variable now, and we're accessing the x, and it's gonna be x equals input get axis row horizontal. As you could see, I could make this maybe bigger. Okay, and same we're gonna do it for movement y, movement.y. Okay, for y axis. Okay, so this is gonna be like up and down, down, and this one's gonna be like left and right. Okay, this is just the input. Okay, so now Unity is gonna read our pressing left and right arrows or A and D. Okay, and now we need fixed update. So we could, because we're using rigid body, which is a physics system, so that needs to be done in the in a fixed update. If you want to know more, of course, just Google it or something. And we're gonna use rigid body 2D dot move position, same as you could see here. But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna save it now. I'm gonna show you. So we move position rigid body dot position plus movement multiply by time dot fixed delta time. Okay, so now if I click play, as you could see, I could move, but our player is dropping down, is going down, because on the rigid body there is a gravity scale, is set to 1. We have to set it to 0. So if I click play now, there is no gravity, as you could see, so nothing is pulling us down or up. Okay, and we're moving, but as you could see, we could move diagonally faster than left and right. So this is the issue. If you press like left and down, or sorry, right and down, or right and up, you're gonna go faster than just normal. So because we have to normalize the vector. If you don't know nothing about the normalizing vector, just Google it and see what normalizing vector is. Okay, and we can do it here. So just type movement equals movement dot normalized. Okay, normalized. And then what else we gonna add here? Public to control the speed. So you could put its speed or move speed. Okay, move speed 5. And so now, as you could see, if I click player, that move speed is gonna be here in the inspector. So you could changing your player speed as you want it. But of course, this to work, we have to add this here. So movement times move speed. Okay, now we're gonna reorder multiplication. So now this is in the parentheses, the move speed and times fixed delta time. Okay, and now we could go in the Unity. So the speed is 5, we could put 4 for example, click play, and as you could see, I'm just moving 4. If I put 20 here, it's gonna be much faster, of course. So as you could see, our player is working. I'm gonna put 6. Okay, so it's working and moving. And now what we could do, we could add some sprite, which is gonna be a square. We're gonna call it box. Okay, I'm gonna change it color to like brown color, so it's gonna be like a box. I'm gonna move a little bit here. Okay, and for that box we can add rigid body 2D as well. We're gonna turn off gravity scale to 0 because it's gonna falling down, and we're gonna add square, sorry, not square, it's a box collider 2D. As you could see, is there that green line around outline, so it's a box collider. So now if we click play, as you could see, I could touch the box, but the box is flying away because of some settings. Okay, first is rotating. So what you could do, click on the box, rigid body 2D, on the constraints, maybe you have to uncollapse this, and freeze rotation Z. Okay, because Z, as you could see, Z here in the rotation is when the object is rotating. So we just disabling this basically, so it could only yeah, not rotation. Okay, so when I touch it, you see it's not rotating, but it's still pushing far away. In the rigid body settings, you see liner damping, set it like for 20 or something. Yeah, and as you could see, now I can push this box like normally. If you make this box be heavier or something, there is a mass is 1 now. Let's change mass to 20 as well, for example, and now when I pushing, you see it's like, oh, very strong, very heavy. Okay, oh okay, yeah, and basically that's it. This is like simple things in the Unity to just play with physics. Of course you could add loads of other things. Probably there will be probably some things to change. It depends what game you want to do or make, so will be much more to change. This is like basically just the basics, and I don't want to making this video too long, so that's why I just would like to wish you a happy game dev in this 2025 year, and subscribe my channel for my game dev journey, because I'm working at the moment on one game, so at some point I will release, so you will see. I already make a short about this in alpha footage, so you could see in my shorts that, and basically that's it. So you could also duplicate the boxes Okay, so now you could move them, you could probably push one and the other one, yeah, together. Yeah, and basically that's it. So thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.